week 2 and our next home workout and relaxation session. So over to you, Helen.
Thank you, Axel. Right, so I'll stand back a little bit so that you can see most of me. And we're going to start like we did last week with some just gentle warm-up exercises. So we're going to start with the breathing. So breathing in and out on the top of our chest, and then slowly breathing out again. Breathing in and breathing out. And then going to the side of our chest and pushing our hands out gently. So breathing in and breathing out slowly. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you remember from last week, we get right underneath our shoulder blades, around our back, and then we breathe in again to that area. And we breathe out. And you'll notice that your lungs feel a little bit more fuller at the bottom. So we'll breathe in again, maybe have a little sniff at the top. And then slowly breathe out. Great, and then we're just going to roll our shoulders back. This is all in standing. Just try to just standing there, start to feel what your feet feel like. Get them nice and relaxed, and your posture and your weight evenly distributed while you're just rolling those shoulders. And then you're going to drop your head to your chest, and you're breathing in again, and breathing out. And then you're going to slowly roll down. I'll turn on to the side so you can see. Just again, roll down as far as you feel you can. When you need to, bend your knees and just let your body go as far as you feel comfortable. Let your arms swing around the circles both ways, and then slowly come back up again. And then you're going to just raise your arms up in the air. Take a deep breath in, and then slowly breathe out as your arms come back down. And I'm going to do that once again. So remember, if you've had your hips done recently, you may not be able to go down as far as some other people. So just stop, as I say, when you feel comfortable. We don't want you forcing the movement. It should be gentle and easy. This is a warm-up, remember. And just go down as far as you feel you can. Let those arms relax, your head relax, and then you're slowly going to come back up. Roll those shoulders back, and then bring your arms up. And you should feel that your tummy muscles are working and your bottom muscles are working, and that's really good. Bring your arms down, and then just turn around, and we're going to march on the spot. If you need a chair for your balance, you can hold on to the chair. We're just going to march up and down. And again, if you feel that you're not quite ready to take full weight on your leg that's been operated on, that's absolutely fine. You're just going to bring one leg up and then just bring it down. So marching on the spot. This is a nice exercise to do, to warm you up before you do your other bits and pieces. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stand with one foot in front of the other, and I want you to bring your weight back onto the back leg. So that's on the forward leg, and then I'm bringing my weight back onto the back leg. So I'm still keeping a bit of weight on the forward leg just for my balance. So I'm not having to stand on one leg. I've got my hand on a chair, but you may feel that you can manage without, or you may feel you need to just have your fingers on. The important thing is to be safe. And we're just going to explore that going forward, so bending the foot and the knee to go forward, and then rolling back onto the back leg, taking the weight, so bringing the heels up on this leg. You don't need to actually take your foot off, and then you're just going to roll forward and then back onto the back leg. And it's the back leg that we're actually working. You'll feel your bottom muscles working much harder than when you just gently go forward. So back leg. And as you're doing that, you may just sort of feel that you want to just bring the front leg off. Just see if you can just stand on one leg. Try and grow tall from the waist up. As I say, if you're not quite ready for that, just keep your toes on the floor. Maybe just explore where you can move your foot around and how that feels through the leg. And then you're going to go forward and backward again, just to let that leg relax a little bit, but still be used to the idea of taking weight through it. Remember to keep growing tall. And again, we're just going to try and bring our knee up towards, keep that bottom tight, your tummy pulled up, and the head nice and straight. And again, just if you feel you can't do that, that's absolutely fine. Just rub your foot around on the floor and just see how that feels holding onto the chair. And then come to a standstill. And then we're going to swap legs. So the other leg comes forward, and then we're going to have our weight on the back leg again. And you see how that's being forward, and that's me coming back onto my back leg. And we're just going to rock forwards and backwards again. Remember to roll through the foot, and you should end up feeling like your foot, your weight's in the middle of your foot, and then just forwards and back. And explore what that feels like, how comfortable you feel, to see maybe you might want to explore and see whether you can let go of the chair or whether you still feel you need to hold on. Either is fine. And then again, we're going to try and lift our leg up. Get that, feel the bottom muscles working, and then come back down. And again, remember you can explore just having the foot on the floor, just trying to take a bit more weight on that back leg. So we're going to go forwards and backwards again. And then to go back onto the back leg, we're going to lift the knee up. And again, just see how that feels. If you need to hold on, or if you need to have your foot gliding around on the floor, that's absolutely fine as well. Great, well done. So now we're going to come on to doing some exercises for the hips, particularly, but it's good for the knees as well. And you're going to do a little bit of, move the chair down there. We're going to hold on, you can hold on to a chair or table, and then you're just going to take your leg back and then bring it forward. This is your leg that you've been operated on, just going forward and back. You're tightening as you go backwards. Try and keep nice and tall. So it's just your hip that's working. Remember to keep breathing. Sometimes when we're exercising, we tend to stop breathing. Let's try and breathe through the movement. And when you've done that, you're going to then go out to the side. So again, you just want to feel, you put your hand on your hip, you'll feel, just try and keep it low. Don't try not to hitch it up like that. That's not what we want. We want to just feel like that foot is leading the way. It shouldn't really have to move your hip at all, upwards, pelvis rather. It's just your foot moving out to the side. And try and let the heel lead the way rather than your toes. So you're getting that nice feeling in the side of your bottom. Great. Okay. So while we've still got the chair, I think you may have been told to see whether you've got a pair of tights or a TheraBand, which is quite easy to buy off the internet. And you can put this around your knee, or you can get some tights or some long socks which you can tie around your thigh. And then you can do some more knee bends. I'm just going to pretend we're going to sit down, and then we're going to change our mind. and come back up. Going down, and then coming back up. It just looks like you're going to sit down and change your mind. So we're not going down very far. If I turn sideways, you want to feel the resistance of the band, so that's why my feet are just slightly apart. And as you see, I'm just not going down very far. This is not a competition to see how far you can go down. But you'll feel those muscles around your bottom working, as well as those muscles at your knees. Great. And again, while you've got the band around your leg, all this tight, just bring your arms up, squeeze your bottom, pull your tummy in, and then come back down. And then we'll turn. And again, while you've still got the band around your legs, it makes sure that you keep your bottom working. And then you can bring one arm up, and you're just going to bend to the side. Quite nice again. Get those hip muscles working, which is equally important for hips as it is for knees, or the other way around. It's equally important for knees as it is for hips. And then you're going to go the other way around. The nice thing about having a bit of resistance, doesn't have to be very strong, is that it just allows your body to know where it is in space. So sometimes we tend to move around. If we've got something to guide us, it gives us what we call a bit of proprioception, and it allows us to feel that we're actually going over the top of our pelvis and we're not moving. The other hint that I find helpful is to do exercises sometimes in front of the mirror, because then you can see how your posture is, and that can be quite helpful. Okay, so you're going to take your chair now, and we're going to sit down still with the band around your thighs or knees, and we're going to sit down, and having done a bit of warming up of a little squats, we're now going to do the stand up one. And so we're just going to stand up and then sit down. And you want, the key points here are to make sure that your knees stay in line with your feet. All right, it's very easy, and that's why we've got the band round. Okay, so it just keeps you pushing out rather than allowing your knees to suddenly fall in. You should feel the weight going through your heel and the outside of your foot, and that will make your bottom work and these knee muscle work in the inside here. Okay, just going up and down. Keep pushing out again. And we're just going to do two more. If you feel you can't do this, is too hard for you, or you can either get a higher chair, or you can do something I'm going to show you in a minute, something slightly different. And down. So the exercise you can do is slightly different. To get your tights or your TheraBand, put it around your foot, and start with it bent, and then straighten out. This is particularly good for the knee. So you're going to bend, and then you're going to straighten out. And you may remember those early exercises you did in hospital or when you came home, when you tightened the inside of your knee. And this is a really it's much the same as that. A little bit more dynamic because you've got something around the bottom of your foot. So it gives you that closed chain feel that you feel when you're walking on it. Pushing out, tightening those knee muscles, pulling your foot and toes up, and it'll give your calf a nice stretch as well. So that's the alternative that I would suggest if you can't do any of the sit to stand. But if you can do the sit to stand, you can certainly do that one as well. Okay, so back with the band or the tights around your thighs. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it just keeps you grounded through your hips, which is quite important when you're sitting. Because now we're going to learn how to just move over our pelvis. And so we learn how to weight there through our hip muscles. And that's quite a good hip joint. And that actually is quite a helpful thing to do even in sitting. It helps with our standing as well. Okay, so I'm just going to reach to one side. And you can see how one side is shortening and one side is lengthening. I'm just lifting that bottom off one side of the chair and then coming back. And we can just repeat that a few times. Remember to get your weight so you're lengthening through here And you can see that I'm just off my bottom on the left side, right side. It's a really nice one for getting onto those hip joints, getting them to take a bit of weight and learning how to move over your hip. And then you can do the same. So you just see how my top half moves and then my bottom half follows. And I'm taking that weight through the center of my hip. You want to be on those sitting bones. Reach over. There we go. It's quite a nice little exercise to do. If you're just sitting quietly, wondering what to do yourself, here's an exercise. There you go. And while we're sitting, we've got the band around our legs. This is not some compulsory, but as I say, it does help just to keep things in line and to give you some proprioception as to what's happening around your bottom, what's happening around your knees. And then so now we're just going to do a bit of turning. So we're just going to turn to one side, breathing in and out as we do, keeping those shoulders relaxed, and then back. Just moving at the waist, turning to the other side, breathing in and out, keeping those shoulders relaxed, keeping your legs slightly pushed out, and then back to the middle. And again, just to the side, breathing in and out, keeping those shoulders relaxed, keeping those legs pushed out, and breathing in again and out as we turn. It's just nice to keep that top half of your spine. When you've had lower limb problems, particularly hips, you do tend to get a bit overactive, as we call it, around the top half, and that means that that's doing all the work, and we want to get these muscles working. So it's good you'll probably find you're a bit stiff, so it's good to get this bit moving as well as getting this bit stronger. So that's the exercises sitting down. And today we're going to do a few exercises just actually lying down on the floor. So those mats which you had last week will come in handy. And I'm going to move my camera onto the floor. Okay. So hopefully you can see me. I'm going to lie down on the floor. We're just going to warm up a little bit. I just want you to just gently take your knees from side to side. Now this is gentle because we know that the hips early on, we don't want them going too far. So we just want to move from the waist, probably just about 3 or 4 inches to one way and then the other, just so you come off the center of your back and just getting a little bit of movement, a little bit of work in these muscles in your lower tummy. And then we can just let one leg slowly fall out to the other. This is particularly nice for your hips. And then you're slowly going to come back. Try and keep your pelvis still. This is quite good for the tummy as well. Just going to let that leg fall out. Keep the other one still as well. And then come back. And you can do the same to the other side. Falling out. And you only go as far as you can feel you can control. And then you're just going to slowly go out. Another good exercise to do is to stretch out your legs. You're going to bring one knee up towards your chest. And remember, with the hips, we don't want you to force it, but you may find a little bit of gentle mobilization of the hip that's being operated on. You can start doing that after 6 weeks. You're just going to gently encourage it. And with the other leg that's straight, you're going to push away so that you can feel those thigh muscles working. Your foot and toes are pulled up to the ceiling. Push down, and then you can swap over. In one sense, it doesn't matter which is, as you can see, I've got a little bit more movement this side. Again, you may find you can only go this far. That's fine. And then you're still going to push down hard with your straight leg and pull your foot and toes up. to the ceiling. And that just sort of warms you up for the next exercise. If you're a knee, one of the exercises that's quite nice to do is to actually put your hand here, underneath your knee, and then just to let your foot drop. And what you can do this once you've got about 100 degrees flexion. This helps to encourage it to go a little bit further and give it a bit of a stretch around the joint. That's something that you could do for your knee, mobilizing to get it bending a bit more. So going back with both knees on the floor, both feet on the floor, sorry. And then we're just going to just relax, take a deep breath in, roll your pelvis into the bed. So we're not going away from the floor, but we're going into the floor. So your belly button is sort of falling into the floor. And then maybe you can just push up through those feet and then slowly back down again. And again, give my leg a bit of a rub. There you go. Sometimes your thigh muscles go into a bit of cramp, so you can just give them a bit of a rub. And they settle down again. Start again. So you're going to push down through your feet and over your knees. So your knees are going forward towards the wall, and then you're slowly coming back down again. And again, rolling up. And just go as far as you feel comfortable. And then roll back segment by segment. And again, this is quite nice. It's a nice way to check if you're where you're how much you're sticking off your back is off the floor. Ideally, it should be on the floor. So just roll up so you can feel that pressure on the floor. Pushing down through the feet, and the knees pushing out towards the wall, and then coming back down again. Great. So that is your exercise routine for today. I'm going to do a bit of relaxation now. So if you find a nice area on the floor, or if you're on a bed, you may want to just be on the bed. And we'll go through a similar relaxation as we did last week. So as you're just settling down, I want you to lie back with your legs comfortable. You may want to have a pillow under your legs. It's important to keep your knees supported. If it's too much to have them just straight out. Unless you're going to let your breath go up and down, let your chest go up and down. So breathing in and breathing out. You're just going to slowly breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to do that 2 or 3 times, just gently breathing in and out. And as you're doing that, I want you just to see how much of your back is on the floor. You're just going to perhaps just work a little bit just to see whether that breathing can just help that back rest gently against the floor. It's very easy to arch that back out, to lift your ribs up. That's not a very relaxed position. So this breathing is just helping you to gently let your back rest against the floor. Breathing in and out. Try and breathe into your tummy. It feels like it's being blown up like a balloon. And then breathe out again. You may be a bit achy or feel a bit tense after some of the exercises. I want you just to scan your body, see where those aches and pains are. Acknowledge that they're there. And just gently breathe in again, breathe out. Breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're just going to start with our toes and feet and ankles, and we're going to pull the foot and ankles up to the ceiling. Really feel those calves being pulled tight. And then you're going to point your toes down. You may feel your ankles and shins are feel a pull. And then you're going to just do that one more time on each side. And then just let them rest on the floor. Then come to your thigh muscles. You're going to tighten those thigh muscles. So push your knees into the floor. Those thigh muscles feel tense and tight. And then just relax. And then go to your pelvis and tighten your bottom muscles. Squeeze them as hard as you can. And then just let them go. And then just roll your legs from side to side. So in and out on the floor. Until they just come to rest. And then we're just going to come to our shoulders. We're just going to push those shoulder blades into the back of the floor, pull them together, and then let go. Bring your shoulders to your ears, and then push them away. And then again, just breathing in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just see what your head feels like on a cushion. Just let it go roll from side to side. Perhaps push the back of your head, bottom of the back of your head into the pillow. And then relax again. Now do another body scan. See if there's any change in your pain or tenseness. How does it feel? And as you're lying there, I want you to take a walk. I think last week we went for a walk along a river. This week we're going to take a walk along a coast cliff path. And we can watch the sea, hear the seagulls, feel the sunshine. Just imagine yourself walking and enjoying all that's around you. So you can take that walk and take in all the smells and the noises that you hear from the sea, the birds, and your breathing. Great. I hope that's been helpful. There are modifications that will, if you haven't picked them up, you can put on the website for you to see with this video. Thank you very much.